Hello, dear traveler. Ask me any question, and I shall answer it in the form of a story. Hmm? The ancients, you ask? Ooh, their story is truly interesting. The ancients were once a prosperous society with enough resources to feed everyone on the planet Funnian. These resources were given to them by an ancient entity who had simply noticed them one day and decided to give them everything they could ever want and more. This led to the entity's worship across the land and its frequent visits to the planet so it could provide a reference for the statues they built of it. All seemed to be well. Then, people started disappearing. Celio Solon, a biomechanics engineer studying artificial living constructs, is apparently the only one to notice the sharp drop in population ever since this entity had shown up. He suspected this entity had been taking the ancients away for some nefarious purpose, growing ever more concerned by the day. Once his best friend and coworker was warped away in a cyan flash of light right before his eyes, Celios decided enough was enough. At that point, he had developed hundreds of failed biomechanical constructs in an attempt to regrow the population, so he refitted each one for combat. On the darkest night of the month, attempted to storm the entity's biggest temple with his brand new army. It was a long and grueling battle, that is, until the entity woke up from its nap. The entity quickly acted, disfiguring the faces of the biomechanical army so they would forever be too dorsless to fight. It did the same to half of Celos' face, before deciding he wasn't worth it and just throwing him in a capsule instead. Over the years, Celos fashioned a mask out of the random debris that would round up in the capsule in order to cover half of his face, and used part of the capsule to create one final construct, the Lunar Lad. The Lunar Lad is fated to destroy the entity and its 7 terrifying minions for good. Whether the outcome will be good or bad, no one knows.